by using our data and using Excel. So to get our T-comp, what we do is we go up to Tools, we go to Data Analysis, which is at the bottom of our menu usually. We click on that. We click on Descriptive Statistics, so I'll click on Descriptive Statistics. I'll click OK. For the input range, I will click from A1 to A11, and I will then say columns. I'll click on labels in first row because it says weight there, and that's a label. For the output range, I will again put, click in this box first, make sure you do that, then put C2. We need to click near Summary Statistics. We don't need the confidence level, so I'll leave that unclicked. And I'll go ahead and click OK. Then what I'll do is I'll click Format, Column, Auto Fit Selection. Now this has pretty much what I need to do to get my T-comp. But Excel doesn't do a single group T-comp automatically. I'll need to do that more manually. But I've got all the information I need to do in here. So I'm going to go down here to C17 and click, and there I'll put T-comp, C-O-M-P, just as a label to tell me what I'm going to calculate. I put that in C17. Now I'm going to move over to D17, and here what I'll do is I'll calculate my T-comp. Now a T-comp, because I'm going to do calculating, I'll press equal sign, and now all I do is I press my left parenthesis, and the formula for the T-comp is that I take my sample mean minus my hypothesized mean, and then divide that whole thing by the standard error. So in this case, I'm going to take my mean, so I'll just click on the 46.4, and then I'm going to subtract from that my hypothesized mean, which was a 3,100 grams. I'll close my parenthesis so that it'll do the subtraction first. Then I'll press my division button, which is just a slash, and then I'll click on my standard error, and it'll be put in there in my formula, and then all I have to do, and by the way, it doesn't matter if this equation goes outside of the cell. It didn't in my case, it might in your case, but it really doesn't matter, because once I hit enter, it's going to just become a number anyway. So now I'll just press enter, and what we get is negative 2.2678. So I'll take my T-comp, and there's one other thing. I'll take my T-comp and put it in with my other steps. But before I do that, before we leave here, I want to do one other thing. I want to find something we'll need for step 7, which is called the p-value. So I'll go down here to C18, and I'll type p-value. So I put p-value. And now I'll go over to D18, and there what I click is so I've clicked in cell D18, and here I type an equal sign, then I put TDIST, stands for T distribution. Then I'll put in left parenthesis. Now this time it says to put in my X value, which is my T-comp value, but Excel won't do negative T-scores. So I'm going to put in a positive one. So I'm going to have to type it in, because if I clicked on it and it's a negative, it won't work. So I'll put in 2.2678. That's, well, the more I put in, the better. 40967. And then I put a comma, and I have to tell it the degrees of freedom, which were 9. and then I put a comma, and a comma, and then I need to tell it whether it's a one-tel or two-tel. We're doing a one-tel test, so I put a 1, I close my parenthesis, and now I hit enter. And this tells me the probability of getting a t-score this low if the real mean is 3,100 grams. The probability I get a sample that by coincidence just has a mean this low is only 0.0248. So that's pretty low probability. So now I'll take these numbers and put them in my 7. So here we've added our t-comp to as our 5th step. So our t-comp, we know from Excel, is negative 2.2678. Now let's take a look at what we did for step number 4 again. Let's review that. We said we were going to reject HO if the t-comp was less than negative 1.8331. And our t-comp is negative 2.2678, which is less than negative 1.8331. So we are going to reject HO, and that's step number 6, is rewrite reject HO.